Hello, everybody! Welcome back to the Grimm Awakening. I'm your humble DM, Janders or Gerard, whatever you prefer. And with me are the adventuring party going through the enchanted forest and the realms of the different lands. We have our beautiful Grung, Jaros, Justin, or in the game, Cassius, right? Cassius, playing a very valiant Gallant is what I meant to say. We have Alexander, the D&D dad. We also, who goes by Ginger, right?
He does.
Perfect. Not gonna lie, while I'm announcing you all, I forgot that I did not send you all to watch together, so I'll be doing that. Also, we have the impulsive. I almost said raccoon. I am off my game right now. Possum. Scran, played by sensationally.mason. And then finally, we have the wonderful Larry the Fairy God Uncle, who is played by Hello Operator. And once again, I am Janders, your DM. And before we get started back into the Grimm Awakening, I just want to say thank you once again to Sheckler Woodworking, who is sponsoring this stream. You can go over to shecklerwoodworking.com. And at checkout, use the code 5% chance. That's 5, and then the symbol %, and then the words chance at checkout to get 10% off your purchase. They make really cool dice trays. There's a lot of like cool shelves. If you just need a shelf, go get a shelf from them. And then anybody here, any of you all have announcements you'd like to make? Well, then I guess we can get started with a tale that is as old as time. So last time we were here, our adventuring party went to a tea party hosted by the Mad Hatter himself, and going and perusing the crowd, checking everybody out, kind of schmoozing with the wealth of the party. Little differences in each character started popping up. Differences that our adventuring party picked up on. But before they could get to questioning them, the Mad Hatter, once again rising on top of the 4-story cake, wanted to make a toast, the annual toast, which halfway through, after grabbing a portion of his face and tearing off the skin, revealed a kind of decrepit face underneath, revealing Grimm himself. Kind of shooting out black tendrils from the cakes and the teapots, latching themselves onto the enchanted forest. People started changing, morphing themselves into these dark entities, these dark, evil versions of themselves. As Grimm said, that was their true selves. We then had our adventuring party running through the forest, running away from this central turmoil, where we got a glimpse at one of the player's abilities, as you rolled a nat 20, right? Was it? No? You just rolled really well? I rolled a nat 20.
No.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
Rolling a nat 20, but luckily, with the powers of friendship and a cloud rune, you successfully dodged out of the way, running deeper into the forest as you made your way about, an hour away, meeting up with a couple of the enchanted forest inhabitants, you decided to split ways. The Blue Fairy, Snow White, and Miko decided to head towards the land of dinos to see what kind of help they could scrounge up, while you all decided to follow Ginger back towards the land of Candy to see if you could find anybody, relay information about what's going on and warn the lands of this turmoil, this event. And that's where we will pick up. As you ride through the night, it's getting till about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. I need you all to make perception checks.
$14.
19.
12.
5.
Nice.
Yeah. Now, I do have a question about these horses we're riding on. Are they R-sized or are they normal-sized horses?
They're normal size. So there's only 3, so people will, one person would have to, or 2 people would have to double up on one. But it's they're massive compared to you all. You eventually keep running. It is Larry and Ginger who notice behind you that kind of ring of death and despair that's been taking over the forest. Wilting leaves and trees having their life sucked away from them has slowed down quite a bit. It's still creeping, but not as fast as it was. And at this point, you would take a point of exhaustion if you kept riding through the night, so you all decide to set up a very quick makeshift camp.
Yar, now did all of you be seeing what was behind us there?
Well, what I saw from behind us is that it's a lot further behind us now. Notably, hopefully, long enough that we can get a full rest in. I myself, not too tired, but old Excelsior here, and I'm going to pat my exhausted horse.
Yar, I believe Nutter Butter here be feeling the same way.
Good old Excelsior and Nutter Butter. I love it.
Ginger's just going to be stroking the horse's mane as he stands there.
Gotcha. And you all start. Oh, go right ahead.
I think I would have been doubling up with somebody.
Gotcha.
Either with Scran or Snow White or whoever. No, Snow White went with the other group, right?
So it's just you 4. Yeah. As the 2 animal-like creatures team up together.
Did our horse come with a name?
Horse. And Scran gives you the most awkward thumbs up.
You're the big 4-legged animal standing beside you.
Yeah, horse.
Yeah.
Don't try to make sense of it. We had a pet cat named Dog for many years.
Well, I guess that'd be one way to go about it. No
I'm just happy he's
here.
learning.
I don't believe we've had the whole story. What is this situation going on here with the possum and you?
My name is Scran.
And I'm Larry,
I got that.
Fairy goduncle.
No, I know, I got that part. I meant, what's your situation?
Fairy goduncle. Possum.
Yeah. Scran's kind of an awesome little fella. I'm keeping tabs on him, making sure he does all right.
Okay, there we go. That makes more sense.
So while we're on the subject, what's your story? compadre. You're a pirate's gingerbread man with an Irish accent. It sounds like a little far away from the sea.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been to a cookie before.
I've seen quite a few. Can you what?
If I bite you, do you grow back?
I don't know. I've never had a bite taken out of me. I'm just gonna take a step away from Scran.
Uncle Larry, he's a cookie, right?
I'm gonna boop Scran on the nose with my club. It's terrible for your sciatica. Don't mess with it.
Okay.
We
But the rest
don't
of that,
eat
you gotta.
we don't eat things capable of forming complete sentences.
There you go. I was gonna say, don't be sugarcoating the we don't eat cookies. I saw the pile you put away.
If we sugarcoated it, it honestly make him more likely to eat you.
Bit more spice than sugar, but fair enough.
Cassius, what about you, my friend? Were you part of the royalty? Were you part of the magical animals? Are you a frog that is a prince or a prince that is a frog?
Well, I wasn't always a frog. I was once a prince, very large prince. Used to live far, far away from here. But I don't think I'll be allowed back until I am able to get back to my previous form.
Oh, why that be? You look great.
Thank you.
Green's a very fashionable color this time of year.
Cassius is a blue frog.
Blue's a very fashionable color this time of year.
Thank you.
It's the light reflected in,
Yeah, it's a blue-green.
Is this one of those things like you gotta have like true love's first kiss, or you gotta get smooched on by a princess? Because I saw the moves you were putting on Snow White, buddy.
I was just being princely, as it were.
What I thought was we had a bullfrog prince in our midst.
You flatter me. No, I believe something along the lines of true love's kiss is what's required to break the spell. However, I don't know if I'll be obtaining that anytime soon, so I'm getting used to this form for a while.
Hey, you never know. Ginger looks lonely.
Hey, the high seas. She's a crow mistress. But so tell me, do you have to find the true love in the frog form, in the not frog form, tree? Like what is that deal?
I don't know the specifics of said spell curse thing. I just know that it has to do with true love.
Huh.
What if I build you a robot frog and you kiss the robot frog?
Are robot frogs capable of love?
I hear they dream of electric sheep.
I'll keep that thought in the back of my mind, Scran. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Have you built many robots in your time?
I was going to ask the same
How do
thing.
you define robot?
Metal box, beep bop, boopity bop, those type of things.
I've never had a thing go beep bop boopity bop.
That's a shame. It's fantastic.
I've had some catch on fire.
Not a prerequisite to a robot.
You don't know. You don't build robots.
That is correct.
Yeah, what if it's one of those battling, fighting robots? Fire might be good in that situation.
Exactly.
Do your robots fight?
Define fight.
And it's at this point
Are you-
that you notice the moon is crested halfway through the sky, and you all settle in for the night, getting a long rest. So if anybody took damage or you used abilities, go ahead, refresh them for yourselves. And as you awake, I need more perception checks from all of you.
More.
6.
Ooh, 21?
23.
23. So Scran and Cassius, you two, you wake up from your days, brush the gunk out of your eyes and start looking around as you kind of set up on a hilltop that overlooks most of the enchanted forest, and you can see into the distance the large castle that's turned into these twisting gray and black spikes that pierce into the clouds with a complete overcast of dark storm clouds that just constantly rumble with thunder and lightning. To the south, you notice the mountain has become crooked and jagged, covered in large brambles. You see the once large beanstalk to the southeast has started withering away and at one point broke off in the middle. You also notice spots, not a continuous wave of despair that's taken over this enchanted forest, but now in spots all over it and starting to surround you. These spots are growing and growing until certain points meet up, kind of like multiple black holes that just start colliding into each other and expanding together. You get the idea that it's probably time to move out as fast as possible.
Getting subspace emissary vibes.
You know what? Very similar, yeah.
With a 6, I'm still staring at the back of my eyelids.
Scran is gonna go and scurry over to Larry and just kind of shake him, his tiny little body.
Larry, you're waking up. You're, trying to do your morning stretches as claws wrap around you and just start violently shaking you.
Oh, holy hell, no, I am not made of cookie either, Scran. Put me down.
Uncle Larry, I pick up his body to turn him to look at the spots.
Oh, that is not lovely. Hey, fellas, we should probably skedaddle.
Yeah. As Scran wakes up Larry, I think I go, Cassius looks real somber, serious, and he walks over to Ginger and puts his gloves on before shaking Ginger awake and says, "We have to move now."
Dar. Oh. All right. Let's I don't know what's going on. All right, let's go.
And as you all once again mounting up on Excelsior, Nutter Butter, and Horse, you gallop into the distance towards the land of candy. As you watch trees rush by, certain spots just erupting from the centers of the knots of the trees, opening up, you run faster. You have to get there. And eventually, the smell of sweets hit your nose. You notice as a solid line, kind of like a Minecraft biome, hits, where you leave what was once forest and light and spectacle to large candy canes and lollipops for trees, the whole ground made out of peppermint. And the smell of chocolate hits your nose. And you walk in and everything seems brightly colored and wrapped in cellophane. As you make your way towards the port, Ginger, you would know this. In order to get to the main port city, you have to take a ferry. And you gallop down to one of the 7 seas, this one being the Sea Salt Sea. You ride on down as you see a large dock with no boats at it yet. You kind of figure this is probably the in-between times for the ferry, but you notice a large line of cookies and candy men have gathered up pretty early in the morning to catch this ferry, with just a small shack manned by one individual who is sitting there taking people their names, paying their fee, and eventually getting their tickets.
All right, laddies. Well, we got to be going up there. We'll be waiting for the next ferry to be coming. So, any of y'all get chocolatey seasick?
I can't say I've ever sailed on the chocolatey seas themselves. Guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah. Where I come from, there's not a lot of water.
Same
Oh,
here.
You're missing out. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna go make my way up to the dock.
Okay.
I don't know if everybody's following me as well.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd be more suited for water.
Yeah, you seem a bit aquatic. Maybe even half.
I'm gonna lead the horses over to some sugarcoop dandelions and tie them to a tree.
Gotcha. And you latch them on to what is like essentially a large pixie stick. You all make your way, get into line. You hear hustle and bustle going on. A lot of disgruntled individuals in this line right now, just kind of mumbling to themselves.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20. You listen in, and it seems like already you notice this is kind of odd that this early in the morning there's this many people in line. Usually the ferry system goes pretty quick, but people are talking about rumors of the ferry cutting its hours. It only operates now about twice a day, where usually it would operate on a half an hour system. And people are just going,
I heard that there's trouble on the seas. They're cancelling the ferry. They're shutting it down for common folk like us.
and you see as this candy cane man turns to a large chocolate bar man. He goes, "That's what I heard. I swear to God, if I can't get to my Aunt Shirley's wedding, I'm just gonna melt right here on the spot. I'll tell you what." And you wait in line, and you wait, and you wait.
I say, with my knowledge of the ferry, would I know with the amount of people there and the size of the typical ferry, would we be able to get onto it?
It's gonna be tight, but
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And eventually the line starts moving very slowly as the sun starts to crest. And as you're about to get up, you see a couple of larger gingerbread men, about medium size, 5 to 6 feet in height. A lot of them wearing suits and ball gowns and holding canes, top hats on top of their head, big icing mustaches, and lace up their arms, cut right in front of you all.
Bloody show-offs.
Hey, Ginger, these your people. You want to handle this, or should I?
These not be my people. That's for sure.
I start pushing past them.
Do you try to push past them? Are you being stealthy about it?
No. Absolutely not.
As you try to push past them, you hear, "Oh, who left their rodent on the dock?" And they like take out a small handkerchief and try to start moving you back with it.
Can I make like little like hungry like faces and biting noises?
Make an intimidation check.
Oh god.
Bitey noises.
17. Ooh. They look at you as you're doing this, like, "Oh, this is so disgusting. Excuse me," as they turn to you three and go, "Is this your thing?"
Excuse me. You seem to be in the middle of the line instead of the back.
Well, of course. Why should we have to wait in line? That's peasantry. And they toss Scran back to you.
It's funny that got you, buddy. It's funny that you mentioned that because see, you're already in line. You're just slightly in front of where you should be in line. And look, I'm trying to be really nice about this, but I could just beat you over the head with a stick. And that's going to be nothing compared to what my buddy's going to do after your unconscious body's laying on the ground. He's very snacky.
Oh,
Also, do you want to cut in front of royalty?
as they just kind of chuckle as soon as you say that. And they go, "I'm sorry, royalty. You." As they look down on all of you and they go, I'm sorry, I've never seen royalty in those sort of clothes before. How much wealth do you have?
Actually, gentlemen, we don't have to deal with this. I'm looking at these people. Come on. And I'm just going to, not stealthily, push my way in front of them.
Okay, make a opposed strength check.
Don't mind if I do. Nat 20. Plus 5.
So you push your way. This little fairy compared to them just like pushes them away. And you hear this fancy gingerbread man go, "Oh, to think such a peasant such as yourself would lay hands on someone like me. This is outrageous. I will not stand for this."
Well, you don't have to stand for it, buddy. You can sit for it. Either way, I'm taking my spot back in line. And here, you can have this the sprinkles back.
Does the one that's saying this, does he have a cane?
Yes, just like as
Yeah.
a prop. At this point, out of what has rolled in as a like pink cotton candy fog, you hear, "Aye, or you could be laying on the ground 6 feet under," as you hear kapoosh as a cannon goes off with a giant cannon jawbreaker candy ball. You know what I mean.
Cannonball.
Shoots through this individual, smashing him to pieces. As you see a large ship appear, beak first, as it pierces through the fog. You see large horns from the side of its head, outspread wings to the side, brightly yellow in nature, as the SS Rubber Ducky rides through. Helming it, you see a 5'4" individual, a human, made out of pure candy, a peppermint cane leg that has beautiful ribbon candy suit on, a brightly pink cotton candy beard, sporting a blue Napoleon-esque hat. as you hear, "Ha ha! In my domain, we shall not be furthering that kind of attitude." As more cannons lock and load and just start annihilating those people of wealth, just shooting through them. And as they ride up, Ginger, you of course know this is the Commodore, the ruler of the land of candy. As it pulls up, you see him lean over to the side and goes, "Aye, Ginger, I see you've
Captain.
returned."
But of course, but a few of me mates with me.
Aye, then climb aboard. As a set of Lincoln log attached to ropes come down for a ladder.
Shall we, boys?
After you gentlemen, Scran, leave the body parts alone.
Okay.
You can have the jawbreaker.
Is it small enough for me to take?
It's like massive.
Realizing I can't take it, I'm gonna lick it before I get on.
It's very sweet and very good. And as you climb up, you notice a large rack of these jawbreaker cannonballs have just been nicely set up so that they're always ready for combat aboard the SS Rubber Ducky.
Noted.
So I have to know, the Skull and Crossbones flag is called a Jolly Rogers. What does the Jolly Ranchers flag look like?
It's just on top of their crow's nest. It is a like midnight blue flag, but with two lollipops crossing. As you start riding away from port, everybody that was in line is like on the sidelines, just pushed up like against the candy cane trees, just like. As soon as you get the idea that as soon as they see the rubber ducky, they're like, head for the hills. We gotta get away from this. This maniac has come out again. But as you settle in, the Commodore walks up and goes, "Ginger, status report."
Hi. So, Captain, and he's gonna kind of relay what he saw back at the party and all the shenanigans and the tentacles and Grimm, and kind of give as much description as he can. It'd be insane, Captain. It'd be madness back there.
It sounds like it. I have been feeling a change in the tides of recent. A change in direction of the currents. A change in the wind, and I welcome it. It sounds like fun. It sounds like adventure to me.
As he like immediately reaches into his beard, pulling out a lollipop that's covered a little bit in that cotton candy fuzz and just shoves it into his mouth.
So, Ginger, you say this Grimm individual is the one in charge of all of it.
Yar, Captain.
Yar indeed.
Yar.
And
Be that way for yards.
and you see him glance off, look around to his men, and goes,
All right, men, get ready for battle stations. From what I'm seeing, this could be a chance to expand the land of candy. No, I play pranks. I have my own domain here. I do not want any sort of business in that political field. But
It's not a sweet, Captain.
what are you
Not to-
what are you coming to the land of candy for?
Actually, if I may, that actually kind of brings up an interesting point. If you were to say take over, part of the Enchanted Forest, would it stay Enchanted Forest, or would it turn into candy?
It would probably turn into candy eventually. We'd have to tear up the wood and propagate and make more candied trees.
Gotcha. The place that we just came from is kind of turning into a disaster area, and I didn't know if maybe you shot a couple of Jolly Ranchers that way. It turned into a the terrible place. But I see it's not going to be that simple.
No, that's way past my expertise.
Jen, I'm sorry. Go ahead, please.
I was about to ask, Ginger, who are your
Sure.
Who's your new crew here?
Which of course we got Larry the fairy here, the pink one, the tiny one. We got a possum named Scran, and his Majesty over here.
As he looks down and he
Oh,
leans into you, Cassius, and goes,
I've never seen royalty look so good. Keep at it.
and he turns and starts hobbling away.
I like him.
Can I kind of catch up to him real quick?
Yeah.
Just me.
He's just grabbing a
and just
tankard
kinda-
of sugar as he downs
okay.
it.
Can I kind of whisper to him like, Captain, could we talk about what we talked about before?
Aye. What would you
Well,
like to
I
talk
just-
about? Specifics.
I just want to make sure that our agreement was still proper, as it were.
Oh, aye, definitely. And he goes towards what looks to be a large chest on. It's been brought up from below deck and goes, everything you could have ever wanted, here in this chest.
I'll take it.
It be yours then.
And he slams it towards you.
Is it bigger than me, or is it
It's probably like 4 times the size of you. It's like
okay?
a large chest.
Well, I not to be one to be greedy, and I'm gonna turn back to my new friends. Boys, come and take a look at the bounty.
What
It's gonna like scramble over.
Yeah, what actually we looking at here, friend? And I'm gonna hover over.
We be looking at treasure, boys. Pure treasure. I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
And you open the top. It's filled with rock candy crystals. You see large gold coin chocolates. You see gold, too. Just plain old gold. Just like it's thrown in there. But it's a heap of just like both currency and candy.
Do the chocolate coins look similar to the regular gold coins?
Oh yeah, it's like modeled after it, but like instead of like the typical face that's on a gold coin, it's the Commodore's.
Ah,
Yeah. And at this
Have at it, boys. Take what ye want.
At this point, the Commodore walks over and goes, I think it'd be improper if I knew all your names and not introduce myself. And he puts his candy hook claw out to you all and goes, I be Commodore Crunch. Nice to meet ye.
Oh, that's amazing.
oh my god.
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Oops, all Larry's.
Perfect. And at this point, you start to hear dunk, dunk off the side of the ship. Just something hitting into the hull. As you hear, Cotton, look! As you see him walk up, looking over the side, and there's giant bits of cookies and graham crackers, pieces of an old ship hull that just float through the water. And on top of one, you see a man floating, kind of passed out on his stomach. and you hear, "Looks like there's a survivor. Pull him aboard." As they go over and pull them up. And as they bring him to, it's a gumdrop individual wearing a pirate garb, big old tricorn hat that's kind of been soaked in, and the chocolate starts to harden onto it. And you hear,
Captain. Oh, Commodore, I'm sorry, I forgot about your promotion recently.
and you see as the Commodore walks up, he goes, there. Ginger, make a perception check.
Okay. 13.
13. This was one of your old shipmates. Upon your last voyage.
Do I remember the name of the ship and his name?
You give me 1 second as I look at my notes. Okay, it is Valenia. But you notice as they seem to be like very quickly losing life. As the Commodore goes, Valenia, speak. What happened to ye? And you hear, I don't know. We were out surveying like you told us to, and a ship rose out of the seas, out of nowhere. And suddenly, it was like the water turned into a vortex. I mean, it was like a bunch of rotten candy on top of that ship, and they blew us to smithereens. We never had a chance. And you...
Would Ginger have heard of these kind of tales or anything?
Make a...
Or know, like, what this is?
Make a history check, sure. For myths and legends.
Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20. You've heard of Fizzywig's Locker before. It is where most candy pirates end up at the end of their voyage. But never have you heard of them coming back. And at this point, as you're trying to think about this, you see the Commodore lay Valenia back down. As Commodore Crunch looks at the crew and goes, "It be the swirl pool." And
Boys, that'd not be good if you're not familiar with the sea.
And at this point, Valenia looks over towards you, Larry, actually, and goes, Who is one of them, Commodore? Who is one of them?
Oh, easy. I don't know what he's talking about. I came with your buddy here.
And at this point, everybody draws their sword. And the Commodore goes, Aye, settle down. What you mean by this? And the Valenia goes, Oh, who is this smaller individual, a grey beard and you know, these bright red eyes, just this dwarven individual. He was on the ship.
You said dwarven individual, so no wings, didn't flutter around.
Uncle Larry's not a dwarf.
I got a 5 o'clock shadow at best, buddy.
And at this point, you see like Valenia's eyes are like glazing over. And you see as Valenia grabs onto the Commodore's ribbon candy jacket. He goes, Captain, I don't want to go to Fizzyweek's locker. I don't want to go. And the Commodore looks down and goes, aye, we all go one day. And closes Valenia's eyes. And eventually, they bring him below deck.
I'm going to go ahead and say right now that was the most terrible thing I have ever seen made out of confectioner's sugar.
Yar, it'd be a travesty.
This vortex rotten candy things does that happen often out here?
No, not that. None that I've seen for quite some time. Only tales, myths even.
Did that description sound really similar to the dwarves we saw at the party?
I mean, it sounds like dwarves.
But the weird dwarves.
Aren't they all a bit weird? Coming from a cookie person, I feel like they all a bit weird.
Be that as it may, how about this? Does the rotting nature around it, vortex, and extraordinarily violent people with red eyes sound anything like what you just ran from?
I mean, it sounds pretty similar to what we've just seen. Red eyes, not good things,
So
terrible attitude. You know, it all sounds about the same. All copacetic.
So where we just came from has the dark, twisted vines and stuff. And if where we're about to go has the swirl pool, where do we go?
Well, I imagine if Grimm, or whatever his name is turning everything into a dark version of it, we may be on our way to Broccoli Land.
Ooh, that does not sound good.
And at this,
How many ships your Commodore buddy have at his disposal? Is this another thing where we're just running away, or you think we could take the fight to him?
You know, there's only so far I think we could run in this land. You know, lads, I think it might be time to kind of ship up or shape out.
I'm thinking so too. I'm looking at the map and we're at the corner of it.
So we get to fight.
I believe so. Grab your gumdrops, guys. I think we're headed for a battle.
and
I
at
love
this
gumdrops.
point, it's
You should.
you notice that
Scran, honey, and I'm going to pull Scran aside and explain gumdrops.
It's at this point you hear the Commodore go, "Ah, I knew there'd be a change in the currents. Everyone aboard! Unfurl the sails! Ready your cannons for battle stations! Secure the lifelines! We be heading towards battle." And as he walks over to you four and goes, "So ye be looking for help against this Grimm individual, correct?" Well,
I
All right, Captain.
you four, you helped me out in this battle. And I'd be willing to sail to the end of the seas for ye. We got ourselves a deal.
Uncle Larry
Boys,
says so.
I think
Absolutely.
And he holds the candy cane hook once again out to shake.
I will shake his hook.
Perfect.
I believe
Nevann,
we have an
shake hook.
accord.
And at this point, the sails are unfurled. As the winds catch them, you see the entire crew is rushing, getting cannons prepared, going below deck to the lower cannons. You're on top deck. If anybody'd like to go up to the crow's nest, you're more than welcome to at this point. But you start sailing into the 7 seas, first passing out of the sea salt chocolate, then into the dark chocolate, and eventually it becomes milk chocolate. And way up ahead, you start to see where the white chocolate rivers meet the milk chocolate canals, as it kind of opens up into this large lake of chocolate. Make perception checks.
15.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
21.
Okay, not, you said 14, Ginger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody but Ginger. Ginger, you're making sure those lifelines are secured. You're tying it around everybody's waist. You get, just like boarding ropes, attached to the upper masts. But the rest of you, having not been on a ship before, kind of take out the scenery. And there's something that catches your eyes. Those distant candy cane and lollipop trees have a slight bend to them, as that peppermint landscape of the ground is starting to turn darker shades. And you notice cloud cover starts coming in from all sides of the horizon. And you wait a couple of seconds, and suddenly you notice the sails that were fully unfurled, that had the wind in them, go completely flat. The wind stops. And you look around, and at this point, out of the sea, you see a large blue raspberry ship pull out of this white chocolate and milk chocolate meeting. And you start to feel the rumble of the boat as you look over the sides, and a vortex starts up very rapidly. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, I
23.
rolled high.
23, okay.
19.
So, let's go 25 to 20.
11.
So Scran, and then that was a 20 to 15.
19.
19 for Cassius. And I'll just ask for the other two. There's only 2 people. What was Larry? What was yours?
Oh, it can't be worse than mine.
Larry?
15.
15. Gotcha. Okay. And then
I'm sorry. I zoomed in to look at the tokens and I saw Scrans.
oh, yeah. So, at the top of the round, I'm going to quickly just go over this real quick. So we're going to have ship-to-ship combat. How this is going to work is that there's 2 cannons on your sides that you can man and shoot towards them. You have 3 targets. You can either hit the upper deck, the lower deck, or the mast. If you destroy the mast, it will cancel out their speed and have them ram into the swirl pool. If you hit their upper deck, it'll take out a couple of people on top deck. If you hit their lower deck, they'll start to sink. Now, these each have different ACs and different hit points. And each round, there's going to be a sort of wave effect. But we'll get to that. So up first, Scran, what would you like to do?
Scran is gonna look to Uncle Larry for approval before ripping his earring out for the armor to bonus action cover his body.
Okay.
Larry will nod.
And I am going. Can I use my action to infuse something?
100% you can. Yeah. What are you infusing?
So there's a little like metallic pouch in my armor, and it looks almost like a metal fanny pack. And I am going to pull out what looks like a janky knockoff version of Larry's fairy dust.
Okay.
And I am going to oil his wand. And I'm going to enhance his weapon.
Okay. As you pull out the metallic fairy dust and sprinkle it over, what does that do?
He gets a bonus 1 to attack and damage rolls, and then it counts as a magic weapon.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm going. Could I make it to the other ship? Let me count. I can do math. No, I'm gonna stay where I am right now. Thank you.
Okay. Then, with that, we move on to Cassius. You notice that on the other side, there's these rotten, candied individuals that, as you look around, you notice Commodore Crunch take off his hat and go, "By God, Captain O'Henry," as he just kind of quivers a little bit. What would you like to do?
I think I'm going to go over to one of the cannons.
Perfect.
So how does the work with cannons?
So cannons, you can use an action to fire it, but then it takes an action to reload. It will be a +6 to hit, and if you hit, you do 8d10 bludgeoning damage.
I think first, before Cassius fires anything, he is going to take his turn and invoke Giant's Might.
Okay.
Giant's Might, not Giant's Might.
Giant's Might, okay.
Yes. And all of the runes on his back glow as the different white specks on his frog skin kind of light up, and he grows to size large.
You all see as
Big frog.
This small grung grows to be this large creature. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
So that was my bonus action.
Perfect.
And I have advantage on strength checks, strength saving throws, and once on each of my turns, one of my attacks with a weapon can deal an extra d6 damage. So I'm going to fire this cannon at the mast.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Roll an attack. It's +6 to it.
+20 + 6. 19 to hit.
19 will hit the mast. Yes. Go ahead. Roll damage. This is going to be 8d10 bludgeoning damage. Plus
a d6.
A d6. Cannons are powerful.
45 damage.
45. You all see as what was your small companion up until this point runs over as the splotches on the frog skin glow, and he just grows to this large size, immediately grabbing a lighter stick as he taps it onto the cannon, and kaboof, you see a giant jawbreaker cannonball get launched directly into the mast, taking out a big portion of it. But it doesn't go down. But it's not in great shape.
I think to flavor doing extra damage, I just kind of take my glove off one of my hands and kind of soak the cannonball in whatever toxic poison fluid to make it slippery so that it shoots out faster.
Gotcha. Okay. Then up next, we have Larry.
Let's see. I cannot make it over there in one turn.
You can definitely try, just because there are ropes that you've all secured, and you can swing across. It just be if you don't make it. That's
here's the thing. If I can fly, I'm not worried about falling.
Oh, good point.
I'm worried about taking 10d8.
8d10, yeah. That's fair.
8d10. That's still a lot more points than I got.
It's a lot.
So what I am going to do is flutter over and reload Cassius's cannon for him.
Perfect. And you shove it in there. Anything else you'd like to do for this turn?
I'm going to move somewhere away from the cannon, and you got this, guys. Wait for something to come into melee.
Okay, perfect. Then up next is Ginger.
Okay, so Ginger's going to go over to the other cannon and launch it, but aim for the lower deck.
Okay, I just realized I forgot to put you on the map. I'm very sorry.
Oh.
There we go. This one is already loaded. Go ahead, make an attack roll, +6.
So that's a 17.
17. What were you aiming for?
The lower deck.
The lower deck. That will just hit, yeah. So you shoot this as it hits into the lower deck. You do 8d10 damage, so go ahead and roll that.
Okay. That is 35.
35. Not too bad at all. It's still looking pretty good, but you do make a hole in the hull, and you start to see different bits of chocolate just start seeping into the ship, very slightly. Okay. And then with that, anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's it.
Okay, then at the end of that, we're going to have a wave action. So, as you all unload the cannons, getting prepped, you see as multiple rotten candy people of the discontinued pirates swing across on ropes, flinging themselves towards you. I'm rolling hot tonight. I love this. As two of them land on the sides of the deck, and they pull out their scimitars and start running towards all of you. Unfortunately, their action was getting there, so they can't do anything. But we go to the top of the round, which is Scran.
Before that happens, I'm going to use my reaction to invoke one of my runes.
Okay.
So, one of the runes on my back that look like a rock, it's just a circle.
Gotcha.
It's a stone rune. So when I can force a creature within 30 feet of me that ends its turn there to make a wisdom save, and if they succeed, unless the save succeeds, they are charmed by me for 1 minute. And while they're charmed in this way, they have a speed of 0 and are incapacitated.
Okay. Perfect. So it's only one creature or every creature?
It's one creature. I'm going to target the one on the left.
It's a wisdom save?
Yes.
Perfect. It's a 13.
Where is my DC? I had to import the subclass manually into D&D Beyond.
You're good.
I believe it's 8 plus 2 plus 2, 4. Oh, they beat it. Their DC is 12,
yeah.
I think.
So as your rune goes off, you see them just shrug it off as this caustic green slime is kind of pouring out of their mouth. So, with that, Scran, you're up. What would you like to do?
So I have a question. Would you say that raspberry would also melt in fire?
I would say for the properties of this world, no, because well,
Fair.
you know what? Roll me a d20. Roll me a d20.
Okay.
This
16.
is a
flat?
persuasion check on the DM.
What charisma do I get to add to that?
-5. No, I'm joking. Just straight luck roll. What'd you get?
16.
A 16? There's a chance. There's a chance that blue raspberry would melt.
Okay. For now, Scran is going to move towards the thingies. I don't know if I can move the token because it's not actually letting me move anything from mine.
Oh, let me quickly. Oh, it should be able to. Everybody's just seeing behind the scenes. Oh well. Where are you moving towards then?
The wave figures.
The one on the left.
Yes.
Perfect. You run towards them. What would you like to do?
Scran is kind of torn between getting into the fight that Scran wants to get into.
Okay.
But Scran is going to stay there to make sure no one else gets hit for now, and is going to look a crossover to the other boat and cast Magic Missile at the mast. Not the mast, the hull.
The hull. Okay, are you going upper or lower?
Lower.
Lower. Okay, you do as they shoot across. What does your magic missile look like?
They look like shiny little tinfoil balls that have been melded together by Scran's paws.
I love it. You
Kind of. I was like, it's like a Molotov cocktail, but with tinfoil balls going right across.
You all see this possum pull out 3 tinfoil balls, launching them as they get lit on fire and they pierce into the side. Go ahead, roll damage on the hull. I love Magic Missile.
I have +1 to each of the D4s, right?
Yes.
Yes.
13.
4
stammies.
13. Okay. You shoot and it hits that same part that the cannonball hit into and it breaks it open and you see it melt just a little bit. As more chocolate seeps in. At this point, because of the hull being hit, you notice several people on top deck start running below deck to go repair it. Okay, then anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That is my action economy for now, so no thank you.
Perfect. Then Cassius, you are up.
I am going to use my action to reload the cannon.
So the cannon's already
Also, are there any?
reloaded.
I
Because
reloaded it for you.
Oh, sick. Thank you. I will shoot from the cannon again.
Okay, what are you aiming for? Mast upper or lower?
Should I be going for lower instead of mast? They're fixing the lower right now. I think I'm going to go for the mast again.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
Smart.
go ahead,
Smart,
roll that
smart.
attack. +6.
That's only a 10.
Only 10. You go and as you shoot or are about to shoot, this whirlpool opens up just a little bit as the side of the SS rubber ducky hits it and tilts a little bit, and you shoot directly into the center of the whirlpool as Commodore Crunch quickly rights the helm, bringing you back onto the side. As the two boats are kind of in this simultaneous dance together, just floating atop like a majestic duck would. At this point, anything else you'd like to do?
I think that's it for now.
Okay.
I don't want to use my action surge yet.
Then Larry.
Oh, actually, wait.
Oh.
Is the other cannon also loaded or no?
No, it is not because
Okay.
because Ginger just fired it.
Okay, then never mind.
Then Larry, you're up.
All right, I'm gonna look down at I see the cannon that needs to be loaded, but I also see the boy off to my right hand side and my newly enchanted wand that is it's like freshly waxed. I'm pretty sure I can read some words that it looks like it says Louisville Slugger on it. And I'm gonna pop up right here. I'm gonna bonus action rage, which I haven't rolled this yet. As a wild magic barbarian, I get to roll on a wild magic table.
Let's go. Oh, I love wild magic.
4. Magic infuses one weapon of your choice you're holding until your rage ends. The weapon's damage changes to force, gains the thrown and light properties. Oh, I can throw it now.
Oh my god.
But he's right there in my face. So I'm gonna two-hand it. I'm gonna swing and see if I can pop him in the face.
Okay, go ahead, roll an attack as this individual quickly flings off that rope, landing, turns, pulls out their scimitar. You fly up over.
Does a 24 hit?
A 24 will hit, slamming your Louisville Slugger right into this individual.
Oh, that's so good. So 9 plus 16 force damage.
Ooh, you hit into this large it looks like several now and laters stacked on top of each other as you hit into them, cracking, and you see the wrappers kind of tense up. It is not looking good.
17. I forgot because it's +1 weapon.
Ooh, that's right. Not looking great. Not looking great at all. Still on its feet, though. Anything else you'd like to do?
I'm just gonna position myself on the stairs between it and the cannons.
Okay. Then Ginger, you're up.
Okay, so where I'm positioned, can they see me behind Scran? Like, am I hidden at all?
You could certainly attempt a stealth check if you'd like.
Okay, because I'm wondering if I can kind of get behind Scran and then kind of pop up and throw a psionic blade at them without them really seeing it coming.
If I would say you'd have to take a hide action in order to, because you're currently on the cannon. You just fired it. You're pretty noticeable.
Okay, so then can I throw it and then take an action to hide?
I'll let you. I would say I'm gonna have to say no on that, sadly, because yeah.
Okay, no, I just wanted to check.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I am going to take my action to try and hide, around, kind of behind them if I can.
Okay, then go ahead, roll a stealth check.
So that would be a 13.
A 13. Okay, good to know. Good to know. You do that. You still have your bonus action and movement if you'd like to do anything.
Okay. Well, my bonus actions are attacking, so I guess that'll be it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I can use my cunning action to either hide or dash. So.
Okay. Then we're back to the two that just boarded your ship. The one next to you, Larry, is going to just try to slash right across you with the scimitar. That is not going to hit. That's a natural 2 on the die. As it.
Nope.
You see just like liquid gummy spewing out of the cracked now and laters that you just made. It tries to swing, but there's no energy in the swing. You just slowly float back. And then Scran, the other one's gonna pull out their scimitar and try to hit you. That's going to be a 17 to hit.
It's an 18, baby.
Oh, you see it swing and it tink right off of you. Then we're going to go to the end of the turn, which is the wave action. I need Scran and Ginger to make dexterity saving throws.
I do like a different one.
Uh,
I'd like really appreciate that.
unfortunately, this is... I will say no.
16.
16 does pass.
You know how we're friends, Janders? I think you should like really account for that.
You know what?
I gotta
Pitch me the idea. Pitch it.
You know, I feel like I am so gross looking in my like trashy armor that this thing is definitely distracted, even though I only got a 10.
Okay. You know what? That's fair. Then go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. You said a 10, right?
Yeah.
So that does not pass. So you will take the full damage as a rotten cannonball comes soaring through the air. That's awful damage on my part. 12 points of bludgeoning damage. I rolled 3 ones on that. As you take 12, Scran, and then Ginger, you take 6. As this cannonball hits and erupts in this caustic black ichor that looks very familiar. Okay, and with that, we go back to the top of the round. Scran, you're up.
It's right next to me, right?
Yes. It is like actively swinging towards you.
Taking this damage, Scran is gonna let out like a scream noise at like a and is going to cast Sword Burst out of their armor.
Okay.
So I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay. That's going to be a 7. Does that pass?
You know, it really doesn't.
Oh, you know, Sin, we're friends.
Yeah.
So 7
yeah.
doesn't pass.
Here's the thing though, right? It's like I'm really petty and I remembered your betrayal earlier, so
Perfect. Bring it on. So
thankfully I rolled hot. So it is going to be 11 force damage.
11.
As you see like these trashy little daggers come out made of like very rusty metal.
Just,
Like I hope this thing got its tetanus shot.
just like shrapnel.
Does that also hit Ginger?
Are you within 5 feet of me, Ginger?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Ginger, make a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, I thought we were cool.
I appreciate the backup, Cassius. Yeah.
I am but a simple possum.
21.
Oh, that passes. Do you take half or you just avoid it?
I think you just avoid it. It's the cantrip, right?
Does it count if I'm trying to hide?
The shrapnel doesn't even see you. Yeah. But you said 11, right? Points?
Yeah.
Perfect. As this shrapnel shoots towards this rotten candy cane, it does a nice bit of damage. It's not on death's door yet, but it's definitely bloodied.
And being really agitated by this, Gurn is also going to like clap his little paws together. And so his gauntlets aren't like gauntlets, they're like the fishnet wrist warmers that from like the early 2000s.
Oh, yeah.
You see them kind of activate and you see lightning start to kind of like electrocute between the little like, what is it called when they like are connected?
The webbing?
Where they interlock. Yeah, webbing.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to use my bonus action to activate the thunder gauntlets.
I love it. And you start up the electricity. Is that the end of your turn then? Perfect. Cassius, you are up.
Are any of the cannons currently loaded that's in front of me?
You didn't reload it last time, right? Or did
Nope.
you? Then no.
I did not.
Then none of them are reloaded because we had Ginger hid on their turn.
All right. I'm going to. And also, are there any other crew members on the ship?
They are currently below deck shooting towards the other one. You do hear like cannons going off from them.
Okay. I suppose I will reload and then action surge shoot.
Okay, you shove that with your big grippers now. You grab onto the jawbreaker, shoving it into the cannon, spinning around the light stick and hitting it to the wick. Go ahead, roll an attack. What are you trying to attack?
I'm going to go for the mast again.
Mast again, okay.
22.
22 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
53.
Ooh, okay. And with this, you see the cannonball gets launched into the mast. Not only does the mast go down, it's splintered. It's like that you made a little like concave part of it, and the rest of it got obliterated, and the mast just starts and falls off, getting tangled the ropes. As you start to see it slow down and start sinking towards the swirl pull. Anything else you'd like to do?
I think I'm going to use my... Actually, how far away is this? I will jump up here to help out with the guy over here.
Okay, and you make your way up on top. Perfect. Then with that, we'll be switching to Larry, who is right there.
All right. In that case, I'm gonna look at my frog prince friends. Like, buddy, I do appreciate it, but I got this one. And I'm gonna look at the guy I've already smucked in the face with my Louisville Slugger, and I'm about to tell you what we're not gonna do. And I need an opposed athletics check from him as I attempt to grapple. I will be making an advantage because I am raging.
Ooh, okay.
You only have to beat a 26.
Damn, I rolled a natural 19 too for a 19. So I do not make it. What are you doing?
So here's how this works out. Because he's grappled, I can still move and take him with me, but I can only move at half speed, which is fine because 15 feet gets me over the swirl pool where I will use a free action to let him the hell go.
You all see Larry grab onto this individual and just like Tinkerbell in Peter Pan, grabbing onto the waistcoat, pulling this individual over top this whirlpool and letting go. You see them sink in and Terminator thumb down into this whirlpool. Are you just floating there then?
That would eat up. That's my action. That's my. I still have a bonus action, but I can't really do anything with it.
Okay.
So with that, I'm just gonna say, "A dream's a wish your heart makes, asshole." I'm gonna flip him off as it goes down.
And you see him float into the whirlpool. Up next, then we have Ginger. Yar.
Okay, so you said, did I make the hiding? Can they see me?
You can assume so.
Okay. I was like, can I sneak up behind them and attack them?
Yeah, you could certainly try.
Okay, I'm going to try and sneak up behind them and attack them.
And you run around. Go ahead, roll an attack.
Let's see. So that would be 21.
21. That does hit. And as you quickly going nice and flat to the ground and run it like crawling, but if it was a sprint around to the other side, you notice that the individual is like pretty fixated on Scran. You are hidden. And you go attack. Go ahead, roll your damage.
Okay. So with that would be 13.
13 points of damage. You go up and with your psionic blade, right?
Yeah.
You shove it into the back of this rotten candy cane as they topple over. They are no more. And is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. And with that, I will also move you real quick. It is now the wave action's turn, as they have not been sunken yet. As 3 more individuals swing across and land onto your ship. One there, one here, and one here. As they land down, the one that's next to you, Cassius, lands. A large individual with what looks to be a Cinderella head made out of plastic and a long, plastic, slender body is there. They have, very slim legs, and you see them land. Their head flips up as a candy gets dispensed out, and it flings down as this large Pez man lands next to you and goes and makes an attack towards you. And rolls a 7.
I'm size large, so I take up this much space. I forgot.
You're good. You're good. It misses. They miss as they swing towards you. Unfortunately, that is the end of the discontinued pirates' turn. Go ahead, Scran. What would you like to do? I think you're muted.
So Scran is going to, with the lightning wrist warmers, is going to try and punch the wave thing right beside them.
Okay.
Sorry, my map keeps glitching.
Oh, you're good. So the one that was right next to you just died. Now there's another one that's on the upper deck. If you'd like to move up to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to them.
Oh.
And I'm going to try and attack them. Does a 19 hit?
19 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage as you bring out the electric Scene Kid gloves as you shove them into this creature.
So it's going to be 7 plus 2 thunder damage.
Okay, 7 plus 2. As you reach in to this soft, caramelly elongated tube man and dealing damage to it. It looks hurt, not bloodied though.
And it is going to have disadvantage on any attack rolls that aren't made against me.
Okay.
So anytime it attacks a creature that is not me, the armor is going to emit really poorly sung scene lyrics.
Perfect. I love it. Okay. Then anything else on your turn you'd like to do?
I'm okay for now.
Okay. Then Cassius, you're up.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly position myself over here because I want to take the shove action, push him overboard.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll opposed strength checks.
I have advantage because I am Giant Smite.
Okay. Perfect. Okay.
That's a 12.
A 12. With advantage, that's a 12?
Yeah. I rolled an 8 and a 12.
They rolled a 14. So you push them back into the rail as they quickly latch their lanky arms around it. And you go right ahead.
I will also have them make a con save because my gloves are off when I do this.
Okay. That's going to be a 4.
They are poisoned for 1 minute.
They are poisoned. As you see the poison from your big grippers sink into this Pez man.
At the end of their turn, they can make another save.
Perfect. They are poisoned. Then up next, we have Larry.
All right.
Actually, before I
Go
would,
ahead.
Yeah.
I would also like to jump back in front of the cannon again.
Okay, it is going to make an attack of opportunity against you then.
Sure, if it's poisoned, it'll be a disadvantage.
Yep. That was either a 21 or a natural 1. As it swings towards you, its arm just pops off. As it grabs the sword with the other hand. It's now one-handed.
Mm-hmm.
You were in front of the cannon. Then that's all you can do, right?
Yep.
Okay, then Larry, you're up.
All right, I'm going to flutter right over here to the guy, and I am so sorry, buddy. It is not your day. I need an opposed athletics check.
Sounds good.
I got a 18 on the die, 25.
Perfect. That's a 3.
All right, you already know what I'm going to do. I grab him, I move 10 feet this way, and let him go again.
As you drop the Cinderella Pez, who is already missing an arm, right off the side into the swirlpool. And anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, I'm 2 for 2 so far.
I'm loving this. This is great. So, then up next, Ginger, you're up.
Okay, so Ginger's going to sneakily make his way over to the other cannon and try to reload it.
Okay, you make your way over, start loading it up. It is going to be your action to load it, and you put it back in. At this point, it is the two people who are still on board's turn. They are going to attack you, Scran. That's going to be a 13 to hit. I don't think that hits. And then the other one who is here is going to run over to you, Cassius, as they pull out dual scimitars as they slash twice. The first attack's going to be a 21.
That hits.
And the second attack's going to be a 9. So I doubt
Misses.
that hits. So you take 12 points of slashing damage as they slash up one of your back legs. And at the end of this, we're hitting another wave action. And there's one more individual that swings over from their ship. As the ship is kind of teetering towards the center of the swirlpool, a gray-haired dwarf grabs onto one of the mooring lines and flings himself over, lands, pulling out a great axe off of his back. And you see Angry, who is standing up on top deck and just looks at you all. And he's going to bonus action rage.
Where is he?
He's on top deck, where the helm is. That will be that turn, their turn. So that's going to be Scran.
So I don't see his token on the map.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It just looks like a regular person to us, I think, right? There's no special.
There's no special token. Yeah.
Mm.
See
Okay.
1, I see 2, and then I see 3.
Yep. And I'll just start doing this too. So we know that's the special one. just add every single inflictment onto this man.
So I am going to move next to the cannon,
Okay.
besides Ginger, just to make sure in case Ginger gets hurt or someone tries to attack them. But I'm going to create bonfire underneath Angry.
Okay. As you just light the ship on fire, you smell the burning of rubber. I don't know what to do in this situation. Because it's essentially you're just making a bonfire underneath him, right?
They can do a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an 18.
Okay, well, it passes.
So he does pass.
Yeah.
As
But he is going to have to do the same thing again if he starts or ends his turn there.
Gotcha. And you light the ship on fire as it starts crackling underneath him. He puts a leg up on the rail as it is just like searing the bottom of his pants, but not doing any damage right now. Anything else you'd like to do?
All I can do.
Okay, then Cassius, it is your turn.
So their mast is gone, right?
Their mast is gone. They're heading right into the center. I wish I could actually move the ships on the map, but they're part of the map.
Gotcha.
They're nose diving into the swirlpool at this point.
Okay.
You rolled
So-
very well. The mast was decently hard to hit, and I was like, oh yeah, you just take it out immediately. This is great. I love it.
So we don't have to worry about the ship anymore. All right. I'm going to first bonus action, second wind, and get some health back.
Okay.
I get 10 health back. And then I am going to make a strength. I'm going to try to grapple the person right next to me.
Okay. Go ahead. Make an athletics check.
And I have advantage with the giant smite, and I rolled an 18.
Yeah, you get it. I rolled a 1. As you just latch your hand around this individual, just fully, as they just go, fully limp in your hand.
I think I try to I just pick him up by my mouth with my frog tongue. And I'm going to take full one out of Larry's book and bring him over to the edge.
Okay.
I stand on the railing if I can and just drop him off the side.
I will because it's he's right there. I'm gonna give him a dexterity saving throw to see if he can catch himself on the railing. If you do that,
All right. Oh, right. Before that, make a con save because he's poisoned.
He is not
Or is
poisoned.
it-
That was the
right.
last one. Yep.
Right. He can make, but this person also makes a con save after I touch him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
He's not, okay, he's not poisoned.
Yeah.
So you can make the try. You can try to make the con save or try to make the dex save.
I rolled a 1 and then a 20. So dexterity saving throw, that's going to be an 18. As you let him go, he grabs on, holding on to the side. He's essentially prone, I'm going to consider him. But he's still up on the ship. And he is on the other side of the rail.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else you'd like to do for your bonus action or movement?
I use my bonus action, and that's it for movement.
Okay,
That's
perfect. Then we're going to move to Larry.
it.
So you said this guy's hanging on the side of the rail on the outside of the ship?
Yes.
I'm just gonna Looney Tunes come over, land on the railing of the ship, and just walk over and beat the crap out of his fingers.
Okay. Do an attack roll.
17. Oh no, 18 because it's the +1.
18. Okay, that does hit. Roll damage, and I'm gonna roll a strength saving throw for this individual to see if they can hold on.
13 points of force damage.
Okay, you hit into this individual, doing a nice bit of damage.
And
Oh, I just completely closed out of the game by hitting my mouse.
we won, guys.
That's it. Show's over.
That is a 21
done.
to save on the rail. He does still hold on. His knuckles are bleeding that green caustic energy.
So I could take a bonus action attack with a light weapon, and my Louisville Slugger is now a light weapon.
It is a light weapon.
I'm gonna smack his fingers again.
Go right ahead. Let's see what happens.
Dirty 20.
Go ahead.
That's
Roll
gonna
damage.
be 6 plus 8. That's gonna be 14 points of force damage.
So I would roll a strength saving throw, but you crush this individual's knuckles to the point where you hear snapping in the like candy structure of their hands, and you see them just free fall into.
I imagine I'm just, this little piggy went to market. This little piggy went to school.
And you just see them topple off, hitting the outspread wing of the rubber ducky and hitting off into the swirlpool as you see them get taken by the current and quickly dragged into the middle. And they like smack into the other ship and then sink underneath. Anything else you'd like to do?
That is my action and bonus action and movement. I'm fully done.
Okay. Then Ginger, you're up.
Okay. Team, are we worried at all about this ship?
It's gone. It's going to go under.
Gone? Okay. Is that cannon tied down? Can I move it?
It would take a full action to move it, I will say, because it is a large object that you have to like really pull and turn the wheels.
Okay. I do want to take my action to take that loaded cannon and aim it at our lovely angry.
Okay. Let me just double check. I want to double check.
Okay.
Yes, it does take a full action to aim the cannon, and you turn it towards Angry's direction. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I think that pretty much uses up my turn.
Okay, then...
Unless I can do a bonus action to attack the other guy with the psionic blade.
Unfortunately, you needed it.
Yeah.
You would have to do an attack action before that. So up next is going to be the guy on the top deck who's going to run down towards you, Ginger, and is going to make an attack. Does he still need to make it with disadvantage?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay. So that's going to
Again.
be... That is cocked, but it was... Oh, doesn't matter. That's a natural 20.
I'm going to use my reaction.
I'm watching you.
No nat 20's here.
No nat 20.
That nat 20's going to go and hit Angry.
Unfortunately, he can't hit Angry within that range.
So the way my Cloud Rune works is that when me or a creature that I see within 30 feet is hit by an attack, I use my reaction and choose a different creature within 30 feet of me, and then that attack will hit.
Okay.
And the magic transfers the attack's effects regardless of the attack's range.
Okay, you see them pull out their scimitar. They rush down towards you, Ginger, and as they go to stab you, a small cloud opens up around you. As it gets shoved, the scimitar gets shoved into it, and a cloud appears right behind Angry as it shoves into the back. That is going to be, let's see. I love damage. That's going to be 14 points of damage towards Angry. Okay. That's 14, half to 7.
Right.
Okay. Not too bad. Okay, then up next is going to be Angry. Angry has to make a dexterity saving throw, right? Because of Create Bonfire.
Correct.
Does not make it this time. As the sword is shoved into him, the foot that's up on that rail slides down into the fire, getting lit.
And he is going to take... I can do math. It's fine. 7 fire damage.
7. Okay, not too bad. Okay. But he is going to jump over the rail right down to you, Cassius. He's going to make 2 attacks with his great axe.
He doesn't have to. It's an optional thing. He doesn't have to.
You know what? I think you're right. I think we'll just, diplomacy. The first one is not going to hit. That's going to be an 8 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, it's going to be a 9.
Let's go.
As he swings, you just kind of like step out of the way.
Just boing, boing.
Yeah. Okay. And at the end of that, it's going to bring us to the end, which is a wave action. And at the end, right before this ship goes down into the swirlpool, there is one last cannon that goes off as you hear. I need Larry and I need Cassius to roll dexterity saving throws.
18, I'll take it.
18 does pass.
Dirty. Oh god, that 20.
Nat 20? Oh, so you'll both take half damage.
I take none because I see the cannonball.
You do, that's right. So you just kind of float off to the side. Cassius, you do take
I'm so terrified of
9
these
points
cannonballs.
of bludgeoning damage as it
That's not
hits.
bad.
But at this point, you see the front end of the ship just implode from the force of the whirlpool as it falls into it. And up next, Scran, what would you like to do?
So, question.
Yes.
Where Larry is, if Anger were to say get pushed off the ship, would that affect Larry?
No, I wouldn't say so. Larry can fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'm going to use my full movement and then use my bonus action movement to do my scramble run and move an extra 5 feet.
Okay.
And then I am going to look at him and clap my little paws together and cast I'm going to cast Thunder Wave. So I'm going to need Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay. That's also going to hit Cassius
Yeah.
because it is a square that is based from you.
Big boy.
If you throw him off, I'll use my reaction to catch him.
You're a big boy. It's fine. I believe in you.
I'm a
then
big boy.
Cassius, make a Constitution saving throw.
How do amphibians fare in chocolate?
I'm a big boy. That's a 12.
12.
I'm so sorry.
No.
So, I'm going to keep that roll to myself for a second. Cassius, you also get pushed back, right? Make a dexterity saving throw for me to see if you can grab onto the railing. I'm going to say
Can I use my reaction to give him advantage?
I will say yes, 100%. I'm just going to say the DC for this is 14.
And what am I rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
All right. With advantage?
Mm-hmm.
17.
And with that, you flip over, getting hit by this, holding onto the rail, and you feel something on your foot. As you look down, Angry has latched onto your foot.
Oh.
As he looks up and goes,
All right. You may have saved this land, but the others are already taken.
as the poison seeps into his hand, he lets go and falls into this whirlpool. And at that point, you see the Commodore walks over to the one next to you, Ginger, pulls out a peppermint blunderbuss and just point blank shoots it into the individual as they fly off the side.
I love that it is your exposed calf pantaloons that save the day.
Okay.
That makes 2 of us.
And with that, combat is over. And that is where we're going to pick up next time. Next week.
Whew.
Good job, y'all. Just kept tossing
awesome.
people
Good
off
job,
the
guys.
ship. I've done
That was so
I don't
effective.
know how many times I've done combat like that where I'm like, oh yeah, vehicles, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. And the first strategy every single time is I just push them off. And I'm like, why do I not think about this every single time? I loved it. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you all for watching. Once again, this has been a wonderful session, and join us next week for another Grimm Awakening. Bye, everybody. Love you. Peace. Bye.